Giants lost to Commanders signals time to rebuild. Should they consider a fire sale? The New York Giants' 2023 season is officially over following a disappointing 27-22 loss to the Washington Commanders, dropping their record to 2-7. With playoff hopes dashed yet again, fans are left looking at the future and contemplating a much-needed rebuild. Just a week after owner John Mara expressed confidence in head coach Brian Daboll and GM Joe Schoen, it's time for the organization to consider making some tough decisions. The Giants should be ready to put a for sale sign on key players, particularly those who won't be part of the team's long-term plans. Wide receiver Darius Slayton and pass rusher Azeez Ojulari are at the top of the list. The Giants aimed to close the gap in the competitive NFC East but have instead found themselves falling further behind. While the Eagles and Cowboys continue to improve, Washington has swept the season series against New York for the first time since 2021. Highlighting a stark reality, the Giants are struggling to compete. This game was a clear indication of the disparity between the teams. The Commanders showcased a more dynamic offense led by quarterback Jayden Daniels, who had playmakers like Terry McLaurin and Austin Eckler at his disposal. In contrast, the Giants' offense struggled, with quarterback Daniel Jones held to 0 yards on 4 of 6 passes in the first half. As the Giants look to the future, they must acknowledge the significant roster needs. The team requires a new quarterback, 2 reliable receivers, a tight end, and improvements on the offensive line. The defense is equally in need, especially in the secondary, where cornerback Deonte Banks has allowed the most touchdowns in the league. With approximately $48 million in salary cap space available this offseason, and an additional $20 million potentially from cutting Jones, the Giants are in a position to acquire talent. They also hold 4 picks in the first 4 rounds of the draft, making it crucial to prioritize acquiring assets now. Slayton and Ojulari are key players, but if the Giants aren't prepared to extend their contracts, they should be traded for whatever draft capital they can get. Holding onto them for the remainder of the season only makes sense if it benefits the long-term strategy of the team. While some may argue that keeping Slayton and Ojulari could help the team win games against weaker opponents, it's essential to focus on the bigger picture. If Mara truly believes in a long-term vision, the organization must be willing to make sacrifices now for future success. Recent reports suggest that the Giants are not willing to give away players for low returns, but realistic expectations should guide their negotiations. If they can secure 5th-round picks for each player, it would be worth it, considering the value of future draft picks. Ultimately, it's time for the Giants to put the 2023 season behind them and start building for the future. Will Schoen and Daboll follow through on this vision, or will they cling to a losing season out of fear? The upcoming trade deadline will reveal their true intentions.